Hey, Cool Gray. Today I have a TBT for you. I'm about to show you a video that I made before I was Cool Gray. So who was I? Guess I started off as kind of a deep espresso, and then I moved to kind of a warm strawberry blonde. Now I am full-fledged Cool Gray, naturally me. Well, naturally me to about here. From here down, I am the result of a brilliant hairdresser, Hey Bowen, who helped balance things out and make this transition a smooth one. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. This video is intended for people who have a desire and a passion to express themselves creatively in any way. For me, it was art, mixed media art and crafts, various crafts. But for you, it may be any form of creative expression that you might be struggling with being consistent with, or getting to as much as you want to, or feeling confident about the process, or just feeling confident about yourself as a creative person. So these are my 5 tips on how to be more intentional about your creative expression. I do say in the video that it's using art as therapy, because originally when I recorded this, I was coming out of a period of about 2 years of really struggling with inactivity and isolation because of an experience with PTSD. And I will be talking about that more in future videos in a very serious way. So that was the inspiration for this video. But today I hope you just find inspiration in it for yourself and your own creative expression. If you do, please let me know, and please enjoy. Today I'd like to share with you 5 tips on how I got really intentional about my creative journey. When I got to that day where I found myself passionate about creating, I wanted to respond to that sudden passion in a way that was super intentional. So it's what worked for me. I don't know if it's going to be what works for you, but if it is, and you find something positive or something useful or something inspiring in this video, would you just take a moment to click that little icon, the one that looks like this one, the one that has the thumb going that way. It would be very encouraging to me. It would let me know that you'd like me to make some more videos, which I would love to do. And it would help me know that I am striking a chord somewhere. Also, you can let me know in the comments what your process is and how you get started and how you stay motivated. I'd love to know that. So here we go with 5 tips on how to be intentional and get started using art as therapy. Tip number 1, invite inspiration. It is everywhere around you. You can allow it or you can ignore it. You would go outside and there's a leaf, or there's a color, or there's the breeze, or there's a critter, or there's a person, or there's a facial expression, there's an emotion being expressed. Do image searches on Google. Image searches on Google are a great way to get reference. So today, for instance, I knew that I wanted to try to draw with colored pencils a bubble. And you know, drawing something transparent, drawing something spherical, those are challenges, both of them. And I'm really not a drawer. It's not the primary way that I express myself artistically. So I just did a Google search on bubbles, and you just look at a gazillion images of bubbles and begin to see what that structure is and how the color and the iridescence kind of works around. And then you can sort of allow that to sit and marinate for a little while until you got a bubble. Next thing you know, you're ready to sit down and try it. So be inspired, invite it everywhere. Tip number 2, make a dedicated space. For me, this was key, to have a specific location in my home where I could have my supplies around me. I could leave a work in progress where it wouldn't be disturbed. And I knew that it was the place that when I sat down in that chair, it was creating time. For you, it might be a kitchen table. It might be your favorite spot on the couch with a lap desk. It might be a table in a hallway. Whatever it is, a dedicated space where that is the place where you go and you sit and you invite that inspiration to come to you. Tip number 3, gather your materials. For me, sitting down in my dedicated space and inviting inspiration is enhanced by being able to look around me at all of the materials that I have, the different pens, markers, papers, hole punches, paints, anything that I have that I might be able to use, to have it pretty much in arm's reach where I can scan it, look at it, and as I'm thinking about what I might want to create, I'm actually looking at those materials and they inform me. So I might look at gel pens and go, but then I'll look at vellum markers and it'll be yes, so I just respond on that level. Do you? Let me know. Do you? I know when I have my hand on the thing that's going to get what I want accomplished. So as far as gathering your materials, definitely start with what you have in the house. Now, if it's a pencil, you can start with a pencil. Just start with what you have. Don't let not having all the supplies you could ever want be an inhibiting factor for you. And then as you begin to go forward, you can start to acquire new art supplies as your budget allows, or as your husband allows. He's very good about that. So tips for how to find, it's a sort of a tip under a tip. It's a sub-bullet of a tip. How to find art supplies on the cheap. You can make them. So I started watching some videos about how to make ink sprays, how to make my own gesso, how to make my own jelly plate if I wanted to do that. So go ahead and search your little heart off about how to make or how to get art supplies on a budget. Check eBay, check the Facebook Marketplace, the Swip Swap groups that are there. If you don't belong to your local Swip Swap buy and sell groups, just go ahead and type that in the search bar on Facebook, Swip Swap in your area, and you'll find people who are buying and selling stuff. It's like a never-ending yard sale. And speaking of yard sales, you can go to yard sales, estate sales. You can get apps that will find those things for you, so you can find what's going on in your neighborhood that week. And sometimes there are even photographs in advance, so you'll know if there's a place that actually has craft supplies that are for sale. And then, of course, you could just buy retail. Tip number 4. Just do it. Just do it. Don't wait for this full-fledged concept to be completely clear in your mind, or allow yourself to get caught up in that I just don't know where to start, or I've started and it's horrible, so there's no sense in finishing, or everybody else's work is better than mine, so why do I even try? Just do it. Do it. Because you know what? You can always do it over, or you can always move on to something else. But creating something is a lot better than creating nothing. So just do it. Tip number 5, and our final tip for the day, build community. I found people that reminded me of me. I found them on YouTube, and sometimes watching YouTube, I was referred either in some comments or right in the narrative of the video to some Facebook groups. And the next thing I know, I'm plugged in to a group of people from all over the world that are doing what I'm doing, that kind of look like me, that kind of seem like me, that have the same interests as me, that are encouraging me, that are receiving my encouragement. And that is a very, very inspiring thing, especially coming out of a great long period of time of inactivity and isolation. To suddenly feel that sense of belonging again was absolutely like finding the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Those are my 5 tips. Thank you so much for watching. Will you please comment? Let me know what you thought. Like, subscribe, do all those things that YouTubers do. Be a good little YouTuber. Tell me what you think. I want to communicate more with you, so you need to communicate with me. I hope your day is full of inspiration, full of creativity, full of art supplies, and dirty fingers full of colors. And I will see you again soon.